Okay, good morning students. So we discussed the first lesson in geography, 10th class social studies, and also we completed the second lesson, ideas of development. So what are the projects and what is development, what are ideas. So everything we discussed in the second lesson. Now I am going to teach you the third lesson of our 10th class social studies. What is the third lesson of our 10th class social studies? Before I announce about the third lesson, so every human being in the world, any country, in any families, they are doing some works to run their families. Some are doing business, some are going factories, that means some are unemployers, some are businessmen, some are doing small jobs, some are hackers. So everyone to run their family doing some activities. Due to these activities they are earning some amount to run their family. Some are receiving monthly as salaries, some are receiving daily as wages, some are receiving profits at the end of the year. So we know what is the financial year. We know the academic year from June to March or April. What is the financial year? April 1st to March 31st. That is the financial year. So every businessman or every company, they are calculating their expenditure, what income or what is the money they expending or investing. So how much profit is there any loss, etc. So each and every transaction they will clearly observe. So finally they will notice, yes, this year is this much profit I gain, this year is this much loss I gain. So that is why, so they are bearing or they are comparing past year income or past year expenditure. What is the present year income and present year expenditure? How he is doing like this with the calculation of his expenditure, income, etc. So then he will realize, yes, my position is so and so, or he will realize my position is better than the past year. If he will facing any loss, he will take some precautions how to avoid these losses, how to get profits, more profit than the past year, so etc. He will make some plans. Okay, now listen here. The third lesson is production and employment. We know production wisely two categories are there, or three categories are there. Employment wisely two categories are there, sectors. Here, what are the sectors? Now I want to say three sectors are there. What are the three sectors? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. What is that? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Next one, employment wisely two sectors are there. What are they? Organized sector, unorganized sector. I repeat, organized sector, unorganized sector. So now listen, in the world, any people, whoever you are, after your education, you will join in any company as employer. Otherwise, you will open any shops. Otherwise, if you have a rich fellow, if you are a rich fellow, you will set up one factory or company, etc. So every man will do some activities. That all activities comes under these three sectors and these two sectors that we can discuss in this lesson. Now 10th class social studies, third lesson, production and employment. Production procedure we can see in factories and companies. the workers will produce some goods with the help of machines. These machines are running with electricity. So, before production in factories and companies, man-made goods. So, we used, our ancestors, our forefathers used man-made goods. Now, production and employment. Now, the production is producing any good in factories with machines. They are producing a lot of goods with the help of machines. Lot of machines. Now, India's GDP grew only by 5% in 2012 and 13. So I said already, what is the economic year? April 1st to March 31st. That is the financial year or economic year. Now, what is the GDP? Gross domestic product. GDP means gross domestic product. So the GDP grew just 5% only. Just 5% only. Next one, what are the sectors? I said 3 sectors. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector or service sector. Production wisely, primary sector, secondary sector, service sector or tertiary sector. Now listen, here some persons are there, in which sector they will come. For example, tailor. Tailor will come under secondary sector because he is producing the cloths, shirts, pants, trousers, etc. Basket weaver. This occupation also comes under secondary sector. Flower cultivator. This man comes under primary sector. Milk vendor. This man also comes under primary sector. Fisherman, primary sector. Priest comes under service sector. He cannot produce any good. We know priests in churches, temples, mosques. We can see priests. They are preaching the word of God or the scriptures to the devotees. So they cannot produce any good. They are serving to the people. That is why priest comes under service sector. Courier. This man also comes under service sector. He will serve to the consumers. Workers in match factory. Factory comes under secondary sector. Money lender. He also cannot produce any good. He will help to the people with money. So he will collect some interest from that people. That's why this comes under service sector. Gardener, maybe primary sector. Potter, making pots, that's why it comes under secondary sector. Beekeeper, it is also one of the industry, that's why it comes under secondary. Astronaut, we know who is astronaut. They are working or they are going into the space. That's why he comes under service sector. He will serve to the nation. Call center employees. Nowadays, everyone having phones. So we are recharging. So we are going and recharging. So call center boys and girls are call center employees. They are also serving to the consumers. That's why they comes under service sector. Now listen, service sector. 3 sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, service sector. Next one, the following table shows the percentage of workers employed in different sectors in India in 1972-73, 2009-2010. That means from this academic year to this academic year, 37 years difference is there. How many years? 37 years difference is there. So what are the three sectors? Agriculture, industry, service. Agriculture, industry, service. These are the three sectors. But what is this 1972-73 financial year position in agriculture, industry, service? Now here agriculture, how many workers employed in agriculture? 74% workers employed in agriculture in 72-73 financial year. But in industry, how many workers employed? Only 11%. But in service sector, how many employees work over here? 15%. What is this information? This is the information of 1972-73 financial year. How many workers in agriculture, in industry, in service sector? That is the 72-73 financial year information. But after 37 years, what we observed in agriculture, in industry, in service sector, what is the percentage of agriculture workers in 2009-2010? 53% only. But in 72-73 year, 74% only. That means from this year to this year, or after 37 years, in agriculture, that means primary sector, the workers decrease. That we observe. Decrease. Contrast, industry sector or secondary sector, the workers doubled. Here in 72-73 financial year, the employees only 11%, but in 2009-2010, in the same secondary or industry, 22% employees. That means increase. The employees are increased. Next one, what is the position of service sector? So here the service sector position, 1972-73, 15% workers are there engaged in service sector. But after 37 years, 2009-2010, 25%, that means 10% extra increased employees. Increase the employees. So here increase. But in agriculture, that means primary sector, the workers decreased after 37 years. That we observe. Now look at boys, girls. One woman is transplanting the paddy. She comes under primary sector. Next one, this is mining area. So the workers are digging. It is also comes under primary sector. Now look at here, one man making phone call to someone else. Maybe he is an officer in his office. So he is making phone call. That means he comes under service sector. Next one, look at this picture. Here the persons are making some tools, they are preparing. This comes under industry or secondary sector. Now look at three sectors are there. These people comes under these three sectors. These two pictures comes under primary sector. This man comes under service sector. This man or these are comes under secondary sector or industry sector. Now look at primary sector, they will produce goods. We can see, we can touch. Secondary sector also, they are also producing goods. We can see and we can touch. But service sector, they cannot produce any good, but they will help to produce goods in primary sector and also secondary sector workers. They are helping to this and this to the public. They are serving. That's why they comes under service sector. For example, your teachers, lecturers, doctors, non-teaching staff. So everyone comes under service sector. Media, police, military, politicians, etc. comes under service sector. Next one, gross domestic product. gross domestic product. So here people classified some categories in the society. How can we find this man is rich man, this man is poor man, according to their way of dress, living residence, position, using cars, using tools, etc. So we can easily find according to these all features, yes, this man is a rich man, this man is a middle class man, this man is a poor man. How can you find in the society a particular person is a poor man? So maybe his class tearing class, his hair untidy, his living condition is hot tub, he is taking meals a normal food, he is going on food with bare food. So if the person will go like this, we can easily identify and we can say, yes, this man is poor man, like that. Now listen, rich man position and poor man position. Now what is this one? Aggregate gross domestic product. Aggregate, what is that aggregate amount? Three sectors are mentioned in this graph. What are the three sectors? We are discussing already. Agriculture, that means primary sector. Industries, that means service, secondary sector. Tertiary sector, that means service sector. So 72-73 financial year position is aggregate, this one. After 37 years, that three sectors aggregate position is like this, like this, like this. For example, I read to you 0 to this one, rupees in crores, rupees in crores. Here, here, three sectors. For example, 70 to 73 financial year, agriculture position aggregate how much? 2,43,082. That is the aggregate. Next one, what is the same agriculture sector or primary sector after 37 years? Now look at, this is the 2009-2010 financial year aggregate. So 7,64,870, that is the aggregate. But here 72-73 financial year, 2,43,082 only. So a little bit to increase we can find here. What about the industries? That means secondary sector in 72-73 information. This yellow color indicates. It can show 1,33,912 only. But in after 37 years, in 2009-2010 financial year, this industry sector aggregate is 11,73,089. Now look at what is the position of service sector in 72-73 financial year. So this thick green color, 2,09,352. But after 37 years, 2009-2010 financial year, the service sector, once you look at here, a tremendous huge difference can be seen. 25,78,165. So that is the aggregate. Are you understood? So in this picture or in this graph, we can easily find after 37 years, service sector is increasing. That means workers are shifting from agriculture sector to industry sector to service sector. So in this service sector, workers are doubled, that we observe in this graph. Now listen, for example, paddy. Who will cultivate the crops? Farmers. Farmers will cultivate the land. For example, paddy. After cultivating, at the time of harvest, he will cut next threshing, winnowing, he collects some grains to the bags. What he will do? Some bags he will keep at home for his family feeding. What are the excess bags? He will sell these excess bags to the mill owners or rice mill owners. Rice mill owners. Next one, in this rice mill, the rice mill owner, with the help of machines, we can find rice. These rice mill owners sell these rice bags to the hotelier. What hotelier will do with this rice? He will make some idlis, dosas, etc. So he will collect money from the consumers. Now look at who produced the paddy. Farmer produced the paddy. After cultivating, at the time of harvest, he will sell what is the excess grain. He will sell to the rice miller. This rice miller changed this paddy into rice and husk. So this rice will sell to hotelier, who rice miller, with profit. So he will gain some profit. After making idlis and dosas, he will selling to the consumers. Through this process, even hotelier also getting some profit. That we observed. What are the intermediate goods? Paddy, rice and husk. These are the intermediate goods. I repeat. Paddy, rice and husk. These are the intermediate goods. What are the final goods? Final goods we can use. These are the consumer goods. We may not use directly these. We can use the final good only. Idli, dosa, etc. So these idli, dosa, the consumers will directly consume. The consumers may not directly use paddy, rice and husk. Husk, it will useful to the animals or etc. Next one, once look at this table. Once you look at this table. Now look at this table. The value of GDP is given in the following table. Compute the growth rate of GDP as shown for 2010-2011. I said already what is the meaning of GDP. Gross domestic product. But now growth rate, we can find growth rate. How can we find growth rate of GDP, gross domestic product? Now listen, here some years are there. Here GDP in rupees crores are there. Percentage change in GDP over the previous year is equal to growth rate of GDP. Now listen, how can we find GDP growth rate or growth rate of GDP? So this is the formula. What is that formula? Look at 2009-2010 GDP 45 lakhs 16,000 crores. This is the previous year. Next one, 2010-2011 49 lakhs 37,000 crores. So now how can we find? Now this past year minus present year. If you subtract from past year from present year, we can find some amount. We can multiply into 100. Then we can find some figure, that is the growth rate of GDP. What is the growth rate of 2010-2011 academic financial year? 9.32%. This is the growth rate of GDP. How can we find this growth rate of GDP 9.32%? So here the figures once you observe once again. Present year minus past year. So we can find some amount into 100. Then we can find this one. So you can find 2011-2012 growth rate, 2012 to 2013 growth rate also we can find through this formula. It is very important in your lesson. How to find growth rate of GDP. For example, already here mentioned 2010-11 academic financial year information. The growth rate is 9.32.